Hey there, everybody. Thet here, and welcome back to Thet Plays 9 Kings. We're heading back into quest mode, and last time we played as the King of Blood, which means we're going to play some more Blood, but in quest mode, of course. So what do we got? Necropolis, Slaughterhouse, Crossroads, Roots and Veins, Bomberman? What is Necropolis? Your evilness deaths are at an all-time high, but there are also bad news. There should be is. There are also bad. It should be is. There is also bad news. Some filthy kings want to take our land. All right, let's go full cemetery. See if we can get a gold star on this one. It's actually a gold check, but who's counting? That is filled with cemeteries, all right. So a lot of level 1s, some level 2s. The obvious play would be to get some of these level 1s to level 3. Or at least level 2s, level 3, I should say. Like so. Now I got a bunch of level 3s, and then we can place some bombers. I'm going to say imps in this one. But for every 1 death now, we get 3 imps. So this is actually a pretty strong setup, to be honest with you, at least in theory. The problem is that the enemies are ridiculously strong, because holy crap, we did 0 damage to the King of Nothing's troops there. They had all of their troops left still. You look at that and tell me that we stood a chance. At least the King of Greed's troops are dying. Apparently, the paladins are just gosh dang invincible. Uh-oh. I think I'm seeing the problem. I think the biggest problem is that our pagoda is too weak. So I might need to change up the strategy next time to powering up the pagoda a little bit. But yo, you might have overdone it with some of this difficulty tweaking, just a tad, from the numbers I'm seeing so far. All right, now our pagoda's leveled up, so that's good. All right, we just shifted where our level 3s were. That's the main thing we did. But at 7.8 damage, that's not going to be enough, is it? All right, it doesn't... I know what you're thinking. Hey, you should summon the ghost to the back. That's not going to matter. The archers don't do enough damage to be that big of a change to the equation. I really need a way of getting... You know what? I should have... No, I can't get a pagoda level up. Yeah, that's just not part of the equation. And the mercenaries just grind through my troops. Who's the third one? We have nature and nomads. Wait, King of Greed isn't even on this list. What? Hold the phone. Why are we getting enemies who aren't even on the list? All right, Carnage could actually make a difference. Could. Not saying it will. In fact, from what I can see here, it almost definitely won't. I have concerns over the part where we fight enemies that aren't on our list of enemies to fight. Anyone else? Anyone else see that as like kind of an oopsie? Maybe a little bit? You know, I'm just gonna go double on the imps right now. Now it's surrounded by 4 instead of 3. So in theory, we'll get even more impetude. But I'm honestly not sure it's gonna make a difference. I don't think our summons are strong enough for this difficulty level. I'm gonna retry again. Obviously, you gotta keep trying. But I'm gonna try re-rolling our starting fight, because I think greed is one of the biggest problems here. Or not greed. I think greed is like, what the frick are you doing here? There. Reroll you at the very least. Okay. Because like, why is greed here? Greed should not be here. Based on the numbers, greed just should not be here. Okay, King of Nature looks like we're gonna actually beat. So that's nice. Which means we are guaranteed to at least get this next decree, which could also be nice. Procreate would give us more troops, obviously. It would be nice to level up the pagoda, but I would need some way to get the pagoda to be even stronger. Yeah, let's fight the King of Greed again. Should we get more bombers now? Or should we procreate on the imps? I'm gonna procreate on the imps. I think having more troops right now is better than having a few stronger troops. Because more troops mean more cemetery troops as well. And they do get, you know, double stats. So that's nice. A forest here could also be an interesting one, because that would give me more health to my cemetery units. There are strategies to consider. I don't want to reroll because I want to use these. Maybe. Well, that's garbage. A feast. That's only going to double the maximum HP of my imps, though. Which is a good thing, but sharp blades will increase everyone's damage. Oh, it doesn't increase the base. That's actually painful. I feel like I should increase the base's damage too, but whatever. The base is the one that could use it the most. Okay. At least now we're able to swarm and defeat the King of Nature. That's pretty good. I'm gonna do the forest strat. So I think this could be excellent as well. I do need to get it to level 3 to see if it'll actually work, but, you know, it might actually work. Why are all the ones in the corner flashing? They're not getting any troops, and you can tell because they're not doing any damage. So why are they flashing? It is a mystery. Both shields and swords could be very useful here. I'm gonna go with shields, because I want to conserve a little bit of money. Why are you here? You are not on this list. What is going on with this? Like, it's not even like he's replacing anyone here, because we fought all 3 of these. He's just here. What are you doing here, dude? Get the hell out. I didn't ask for you. But I didn't have enough to reroll either. Oh boy. It's a spicy one. No, we barely got him to half before we lost all of our troops. Well, I'm just gonna go on a limb and propose that this particular one is completely broken. Like, absolutely and completely. Because we should not be fighting the King of Greed, for one. And for 2, it is impossible to beat the King of Nothing on the first fight. You can re-roll that, but is that going to make it possible to win? Maybe against the King of Nature. But the bigger one is definitely the fact that King of Greed is showing up when he should not. Also, 3, we can't win the Jack of Rainbows fight, and that's kind of pathetic. If you can't win the Jack of Rainbows fight, then what's the point? Anyway, I said I would try and reroll this. If you want to know how low my standards are right now, I am just thrilled it didn't turn into the King of Greed. That's how low my standards are right now for a success. Yay, it wasn't a greed fight. Oh boy! That's pretty low, by the way. Are rerolls static? Are they seed-based? I guess I'll find out. I'll reset if we lose. and then we'll spend money on rerolling. You shouldn't have to, but I get the feeling we're gonna have to. Yeah, this is actually the worst. Okay. So then who's gonna show up next? Yeah, this fucker. Okay. That's fine. I guess. Look, I wouldn't be as mad if this fight clearly wasn't supposed to happen. Like, the King of Greed is clearly not supposed to be here. So I think I am perfectly within my rights to be upset about it. Okay, this time we are going to beat it, which is good, obviously, but that doesn't change the fact that he shouldn't be here. In addition to that, I don't really want the beacon. Yeah, I can increase the hits per second on my cemetery. Big frickin' whoop. I'd rather have the bombers. The cemeteries already get 0.7 hits per second. The problem isn't the amount of hits they get. Would improving them a little bit help? Yes, but the enemies are scaling too fast to make that worth anything. Now, I don't want to have to spend all my money on rerolls to fight the King of Nature on year 1. I mean, perhaps you could argue that's why they give you as much money as they do, but it still doesn't feel like the best use of that money. Oh, procreate clone, huh? All right. I'm thinking we go procreate though. This is actually not bad. What level are these imps? Damn it, they're already level 3. But this would be replaced with level 3 imps as well. But they would lose health if we did that. And I could use that health with Carnage later. But at the same time, I'm going to get far more troops if I do this. But at the same time, it would actually be probably better to try to get Pagoda imps stronger. I'm going to go with this because it seems like the clearest path forward. Hey, you... No, it didn't give you anything. It just... I guess it literally replaced you with the imps, but it didn't actually... And then it leveled you to level 3, so it will basically reset your stats. Which is fine, because we didn't have any stat increases for those imps, but if we had, it would have been kind of frustrating. Kind of like this fight is right now. That's kind of frustrating. Not gonna lie. Alright, let's sacrifice over here so we have all these level 3 now. Alright. I feel like this particular challenge shouldn't be this difficult. There are challenges that are difficult. This one feels like there's a glitch, and then the fact that they start you at such an advanced year, it artificially inflates the difficulty a little bit. Poison Vial feels like an interesting one, but I'm gonna take Clone. Hello there. I'm gonna take Clone, and I'm actually gonna clone the imps here and put some more imps over this way. Because that's 13 more, so it's effectively 26 more soldiers. Oh, actually 39 more soldiers, because both of the cemeteries will take advantage of that. However, you need more than 39 extra soldiers to win some of these fights. We have 396 soldiers against 50. And even though 70 of them survived, I still feel like we barely won that fight. Alright, here's the moment of truth. Give me some more soldiers for now. I can always mortgage that later. What would be the best thing I could get here? Would balance work on the cemeteries? Logic says they should. So if I could get these guys to have even more damage... You know what, actually, are the war horns actually working? That's even a better question. Because it says summons are 50% stronger. But my ghosts are doing 4 damage. And my cemetery imps are doing 9 damage. That's the damage listed on the tin. Typically, when you see something is 50% stronger, it means stronger than the base stats that you see when hovering over it. So I actually wonder, is this quest working at all? Like, is it working in any way that it's supposed to? Because the summon imps don't seem stronger. The pagoda ghost are doing the base damage. They're not doing more damage. Is this actually working? Or is this broken? I pose that question to you. In all seriousness. I actually think this quest is completely broken. I don't know. You tell me what you think. Because, okay, it's difficult. That's fine, but now I'm actually thinking, are my stats working the way they're supposed to? Because if they're not, that's a big problem. The regular imps are doing 6 damage, but again, that's the amount of damage it says on the tin. That's the amount of damage they're supposed to be doing. That's fine. I still think going forest should be necessary. Getting these cemeteries stronger should be the optimal strategy. But again, if this isn't working properly, and I'm strongly leaning towards it's not, then we are literally screwed. We can't win. We can't win if the game's not working properly. And if we can't win because the game's not working properly, then what's the point? Yeah, no, we're not going to win that. In the run. I'm not going to try this one again. I'm honestly of the opinion that it's broken and not working as intended. And in fact, I want to try to determine if that's actually true. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into peasant difficulty. And I'm going to play... Oh, actually, well, no, actually, you can keep those. Throw the pagoda in the middle. I'm not going to summon any additional troops. I want this all to be pagoda-based. By the way, our pagoda starts with 4.8 damage. So our pagoda is also nerfed in that quest. Dude, that quest is awful. They nerf your pagoda. They give you enemies that aren't on the enemy list. They don't seem to increase the summon power. What is the purpose of that quest? Other than to make your life miserable. Okay, 9.4. So they're doing 9 damage right now. Let's get the pagoda leveled up all the way. I want it to be only pagoda. In fact, I'm kind of tempted to get rid of the these because they're in the way. Yeah, just try to use it. That's great. That's smart. Okay, 18 damage now. There you go. I'm actually kind of wondering how far you can make it with only pagoda, but at the same time, it's kind of broken because we're on peasant difficulty. Okay, I need war horns. I will do all my rerolls to get war horns here because I'm trying to make a point. Okay, 50% stronger. They currently have 50 damage. Slow down. I want to see how much the damage they're doing. 53. Okay. Okay. They do 53. Wait, well, hold the phone. I'll admit I made a mistake in calculating there because what I didn't do was take into account how much damage they had before I got war horns. Okay, so let's do this one more time with me being hopefully slightly less dumb. All right. 4.8 damage. That's what they got. I'm not going to level it up at all. I need to go with, like, the most basic of test. Just get rid of stuff. Give me sacrifice. Of course you're not going to give me don't waste the rerolls here. Gotta use them here. Okay. So this pagoda has 4.8 damage. Give me war horns. Okay. So it does affect. Holy frick! So it affects the car, but that means that your pagoda's base damage at level 2 in that quest is set to 2. What? That's not making it better. That makes it feel worse. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is a... I'm losing my mind over here, but I'm like 5 steps removed right now from just trying to figure out how to get into the game's code and just look at the changes in stats in like difficulty levels and in how the quest is made. Okay, if I bring this back to King difficulty, does the strength of Pagoda go down? No, it is still 4.8. So they literally made it worse for the quest. It's not difficulty based. It's based on the quest. Is it like that in the I'm losing my mind over here about this, aren't I? Here's the thing. Even if I prove to be incorrect about everything stat-wise, I am still absolutely 100% correct in calling the quest broken, because we all know the King of Greed should not be showing up in the quest. Okay, so it's... I actually meant to check something else. All right, bring the difficulty down. Go to regular King difficulty. Open up the quest. Does the Pagoda have more damage now? It does not. Oh my god! I'm losing it. They nerfed it for the quest. I mean, I want to play on Chaos difficulty because that's what I'm trying to beat, but I am out of it right now. Okay, I gotta beat something. So let's go Bomberman. Yeah. Only draw bombers, start with Firework Bomber Army. In the regular difficulty, this was actually a terribly fun quest. Like, hilariously fun. It's still nerfed slightly, but it's only level 1 here. But what? Then why is it? You know what? Maybe try to give them credit. Maybe the bug in that other quest, in Necropolis quest, is that the war horns show up, but it does not properly apply them to the pagoda. Maybe instead of having 4 damage, it's supposed to have 8. Probably not, because I think I'm giving them way too much credit. But maybe you're gonna start me with a blood rebellion? Dude, that's awful. Give me someone else. All right, let's watch the King of Greed show up next time. Bombers can be very strong if properly applied, so we'll see how it goes. Well, I definitely want more bombers. I'm gonna apply it up here so the same group always gets more bombers. Then toss the cemetery in the middle. If the same group always gets more bombers, then I can... Yeah, I'll take offering. And then I can go ahead and make sure to buff those ones up specifically. Just like that. Slow them enemies down, baby! And power up my demon altar, of course. I do like the fireworks strat. I think it's just fun. Hey, now we actually have the King of Greed on the list. I was gonna say... I was about to say, watch us never fight them. Ooh. Okay, the cemetery is doing a ton of work now. Did I accidentally pick the easier difficulty? Because this feels way easier. Oh yeah, that's right, there's a blessing. I'll take the beacon. Wait, why am I taking the... Oh, and the blessing's on this spot, coincidentally. I didn't even aim for that. It just happened. The beacon, you're going to say the beacon doesn't do anything for you, Thet. What the hell are you doing? Bro, the beacon can be offered. It can be sacrificed. It does a ton for us. What are you talking about? This is the perfect time to have a useless card. You joking me? Take mob for the same reason. Yay! 32 Bomberman. Let's go. Then throw down the mob card. And then overhaul it. And then rewind. And then throw down the mob card. And then we'll probably, actually, no, we're gonna offer it. Because we're gonna get something here to put down and overhaul. Well, I mean, we will either way, even if we lose, but I was gonna say, maybe, but no, even if we lose, we get something. Come on, you little heel biters. Yeah, let's go. Ate them heels. Delicious. Okay. Throw down the beacon. Offer it. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Level up the farm. Are you still level 2? You are. What the hell? More bombers, though. All right. Now we're past the level that we were in the Necropolis one, or the year. So now you can't give me the excuse of, it actually started you at an earlier year, so that's why everything seems... No. No. No, 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 no. We are beyond that point now. Our bombermen are maximum. Oh, yeah, we're done. All right. How come you only get the bombers from the King of Blood fight? That might seem like a dumb question. But, how come you don't get only bombers from everyone else? Would that be too hard? Probably. Library could actually be useful until I decide to offer it. Hello. All right, well, you're cruising for a quick offering at this rate, buddy. Midas Touch could give us some money, actually. See how that works out for us. Oh, yeah. That's cash, baby. Nah. Nah. But nah. This is, yeah, osmosis. I was talking about this in a previous episode. I would love to see a chaos osmosis that just absorbed all of the cards that are the same card as the target plot. So all plot, it would be chaos osmosis. All plots of the same card as the target plot are sacrificed, and the target plot gets levels equal to the sacrifice plots. I think that would be a sick chaos card. Tempted to take patronage. The question is, do I take patronage or do I reroll and try to get balance? Because if I throw balance on this right, actually balance would make him weak. It would not help him at all. Gigantify would be better than balance because they have more damage and they have health. And the health doesn't matter. I'll take patronage. It's the safer play, but I mean, it's more imps and they do a lot more damage. They are insurance in the instance that, you know, we get our bombers oofed. I think Midas Touch is the best play here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure of anything. I don't want any of this. I do want this. Shields is useless, but I'll take rewind. And then I'll offer this. And then, okay. I almost don't want to use swords, even though it is the right play. So I'm gonna. Because it's the right play. Why didn't you want to use swords? Don't ask me questions, sir. The answer, by the way, may surprise you. I just don't feel like the benefit of that would be as amazing as re-rolling and seeing what other funky stuff we got. But that's all right. We didn't get much in the funky stuff way. Actually, I could have gotten patronage again. Now I actually regret my decision. Because getting patronage again would have been nice. I talked myself into thinking I made the wrong move. And I might have made the wrong move. I don't know. Static seems so useless. Combustion could be okay. Catharsis. So that would give the other two... it's not. That's not enough to be worth it. Gunpowder. Bigger booms, baby. Give it to me, Neil. You know me. I love making big circles. Earthworks? In this economy? Sure. But I'm keeping the camp down. Because if I fill those plots with stuff, I can get extra stats. Aspire? Pfft. I could not think of a more useless card to get. These are both tempting for different reasons. I should have rerolled and got rid of the King of Greed. Lesson learned. Maybe. Now they double explode. It's great. Okay, definitely want to vault. Cool. Nothing wrong with a little bit of extra cash every once in a while. Offer that vault away. Okay. Cool. Clone? I'm tempted to give it to this so that you get more stats. But the only stat that matters is damage. You could argue movement speed, but don't, because it's not that you're wrong. It's that it's just not that good. I got you level 3, so I don't care about these other bombers. I just don't care. Is the camp, I guess. I don't know. Get rid of sacrifice. I could sacrifice this for level up on the demon's altar, but it's not really worth that much. Oh boy! Now all my bombers are level 3. Oh boy! It's so good. Shrine, a little late for you. Raising, don't care. Replicators, do not care. Echo form could be fun. Haste is pointless. Like I said, there is a world where balance is great. I could balance the demon altar. Yeah, sure. For funsies. They do no damage because all of everyone else explodes first. Oh, this one should be fun though, because they have a lot of troops. Never mind, they all exploded. Well, that is what they do. Yeah, they just ruined my whole run. Yeah, just frick me up completely, please. I'm not gonna do that. I can have one quest victory per episode, okay? If I'm playing quest mode. Just one. That's all. I was tempted to put down the wizards, but I don't want to fight with anything other than bombers and demons. Okay, so now I put down. Wait. That's just use this wild card and then rewind. Balance again. Yeah, I guess I could balance this. I mean, that's good. It's numbers. I like numbers. Numbers are good. Library's fully leveled. That's good. We have 6 stacks of Midas Touch now, so we're getting a little bit of extra change. That's all good. Beacon? Beacon? The hell do we need Beacon for? I should have used the wild card first. Alright, King of Greed is leading the final assault. And all of our cards include Static, oh boy, Shaman, Bombin, and Beacon. Don't need any of those. Alright. Here we go. Blow yourselves up. Well, that worked on everyone except for the champion, but the champion has to kill 145 enemies and they have very slow attacks, so we're fine. Almost 250,000 damage for the bombers, though. That's pretty good. All right. Cool. Like I said, great. I think this quest is broken. I don't think it's working as it was designed to work. One, there is no King of Greed down here, and he always shows up on the second fight. So that is obviously not working correctly. Something's wrong here. Two, I feel like having your pagoda nerfed is a pointless punishment. The pagoda imps should have 8 damage at the start. You know, keep it level 2, that's fine. Because it should have 8 damage level 1 based on the 2 war horns. Actually, if it's at 4.8 and you double it, it should have 9.6 damage. But, you know, we won't do the exact... Who cares about the exact math? It should be stronger, is my point. And that might be enough to tip the scales, not to beat the King of Nothing, because I think the King of Nothing's too strong on that first fight. They have a huge army, and their paladins are nearly invincible. But I'm not complaining about that. You can re-roll that, try to get the King of Nature, and you could beat them. But, I don't know. I'm sure with the exact right combination of re-rolls and RNG... Never beaten the allegations, by the way. This is probably beatable as is, but I don't think it's working properly, and that's more important. Anyway, I'm not a video game doctor. I'm not giving an official diagnosis. This is not legal advice. This is just a dude playing the game and thinking something seems a little off. That's going to be it for this episode of Thet Plays 9 Kings. It was a little bit of a different one. Sorry for taking you all through that, but if you enjoyed any of it, make sure to let me know by giving it a like. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks again for watching this episode of 9 Kings. My name is Thet, and I'll see you in the next video. Everybody-os.